There you go.
Got it going?
Very good.
That's a little small calculator. Something
Do you need to check it out,
to
see if it's going, or you
money
good to
on
go?
the account
Ready to
line.
roll on? All right,
I'll check this again. Please stop all the go.
okay. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order tonight. Welcome everyone, November 17th meeting. Hard to believe that Thanksgiving is just, next week? But this year is sure flown by. If you choose to pray with us, Jim, would you open us in a word of prayer tonight, please?
Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity that we can come tonight to have this meeting, and we pray that you'll give us guidance and wisdom in making those decisions, and we pray that we'll make the best decisions for the people of this community. Father, we ask you to be with those who have lost loved ones this week, or those who are sick, and be with them and heal them and bring them back to health. Thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, came and died on the cross for forgiveness of our sins, and it's in his name we ask this prayer. Amen.
Amen. If you would, join and salute our flag.
Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, if you would, call the roll, please.
Square Stump.
Here.
Square Pierce.
Here.
Square Eldridge.
Here.
Square Travis.
Here.
Square Travis.
Here.
Square Cotton.
Here. All right, we're all here. Thank you for that. First on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the last meeting. I personally have some deletions that I'd like to put in on the page 1, and the numbers at the top left where it says pavilion report. I left that, number 1, pavilion report. I struck all the language below it, every single word of it. Go to the next page, page 2, struck that entire page. That was all commentary. On page 3, where it says, again it says number 1, pavilion report, we could strike that out because it's already on the first page. And then I left the language there. We got this late Friday. We made that, needed to make that. And then there's a motion, left that in there. Down where it says number 1, zoning recommendations, I left Mrs. Sweezy had no zoning changes. Struck the rest of it all out. On that page, go to page 4 where we were discussing the resolution, and I left all of that language in as Corey was reading that resolution. Down towards the bottom where you see that date, in the middle, about 3/4 down, November 3rd, 2025, he said the working was identical with the exception of one change. It should be the wording, W-O-R-D-I-N-G, because basically that resolution, the wording was the same, except we changed the 5.2 to a 6, and then we changed the date. So all that stayed read into the minutes. Then the 2 motions are good. We took all that on the bottom there is good. Page 5 is fine, no change. All right, page 6, where it says motion by Squire Stuff, motion passes. Struck out all the language on that page, totally, including number 5 there at the bottom. Then on the next page, that's number 7 at the top, road department added to the agenda, and all that, I left all that in. I left down where we made the motions. And then it says number 1, trailer for road department. I struck out everything except the second sentence where it says they had talked about a trailer in the past. All right, struck everything out except that sentence. Page 8 is fine. All right, page 9, it says insurance committee report. I struck all the way down to about the 8th line where it says the clerk remarked that she didn't think anyone wanted a $600 cut to their FEPCO card. I left that sentence in, and then I struck all the rest of that paragraph down to where we made the motion. So basically, the insurance committee report will have that one sentence, everything else is struck. And then we have the motions there at the bottom that are all good, and then page 10 is good. I make a motion to approve the minutes with those changes.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor and a second to approve the minutes with those changes. Is there any more discussion?
Last question.
Yes.
On page 4, number at the top. You want that struck from the top of the page down?
No, now page 4, the number at the top, all that is to be left.
Okay,
Where it says, judge remarked that they did not have a sample one there, and Corey was a presenter, so he read that. So I would leave that where all that's read into the minutes.
okay.
Page 4, all that remains in. Any other questions? All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. All right. I see Catherine back there. Let me get my minutes out. Page 29. We have 3 resolutions in your book. They start on page 29, and the number 29, I think, is at the bottom. Well, I guess I should talk about this other, well, let me back up, I'm running too fast. Next on the agenda is communications from citizens. At this time, would anyone in the audience like to address the fiscal court? If you're not on the, well, yeah, go ahead, sir. If you would come up and state your name, and everyone has 3 minutes.
I'm with Central County Soccer,
Okay?
and we were actually just coming, I don't know if we got put on the list or not, but we just wanted to come and talk to you. There's a couple things that we wanted to do.
What was your name?
Josh. Strick, yeah. There's a couple things that we wanted to do. I know in the past when we came, we were asking for some financial help with some things, but this time we just want to pay for some stuff, and I was hoping you all were all right with it.
Let's change. I'll welcome it.
Let's, I tell you what, if you would hold that, and I'll call on you after these, do you have I know you have others here with soccer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, if you would, just hold off till after this, and then we'll discuss this,
Thank you.
after the citizens' communication. Because we don't engage during that portion. All right, anyone like to speak to the fiscal court? Yes, sir.
Hi, my name's Bill Stimley. First time here, actually in a long time. I was here for the chicken meeting.
Okay, all right, welcome back.
Thank you. I did have a question regarding the last November 3rd meeting. It is a question, so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to ask it, but I was just curious, as there was a substantial amount of notes, minutes, comments. I'm not sure. The minutes were deleted as they were tonight, just now, and I appreciate, Judge, that you did give some description as to why in some cases, but I was just curious as to why there were so many deleted November 3rd, and that's really my only question.
We can't respond to you.
I'm sorry?
We can't respond to you.
No.
If you want to wait, I'll talk to you after the meeting, or you can give us a call, give my office a call in the morning.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate your time.
Anyone else like to address us tonight? All right. Now, sir, come back up.
So actually, there was a couple things that we wanted to do, and I think we discussed one of those things with you guys when we were here before, and that was possibly putting a couple fences towards the back to block soccer balls from going into the farmer's field or into the creek. I have a bid from a fence company that my company works with all the time. To do those things, we're willing to pay for them if y'all are okay with it. And one of the concerns that was brought up, was anything along that creek line, if it floods, it could take it out. The fence that I have a bid on, is removable on the side, over there. And the only thing that's permanent is the post structures. So, that was one thing that we wanted to do. And then another thing we wanted to do, our soccer community is getting a lot bigger, which is great. We're actually, probably up 20% or so from when we first took over. We opened a concession stand last year. It is doing really well. We feel like we could be doing better, but we need a better concession stand area. So we were looking maybe to throw a little bit of money in that as well and remodel it. The only thing structurally would be adding a bigger window. One big window instead of the two small side windows. And of course, we would, take care of it. We would, find contractors to do it, take full permits, wherever they gotta do. There's just very little plumbing that would move, and maybe fix some electrical, because half the outlets don't work anyway, so.
I'm talking about inside.
But that's it. I have a layout, picture of the layout, of the concession stand, how we would like to do it, except I have a double window here and a single window here. We want to put the single window in the middle. And I can leave that for you guys. We are looking to put, some, bigger, more expensive items in there, like a refrigerator, commercial refrigerator. We just bought a hot dog roller. We're looking to add maybe, a popcorn machine, stuff like that. But we're looking to basically build this as to, if we wanted to go ahead and serve hot food, we know we'd have to, of course, get, license for it or
Right.
whatever, but.
Inspected and so forth.
Inspected, yep, but, the remodel would be substantial for it, with stainless steel, 3-day seats, stuff like that. So that was really all I'm here for.
All right, have you run all that by our parks director?
I have.
Okay.
He said, he suggested we come and talk to you. He said he's pretty cool with it. He said it sounds great. He said just get on the next board meeting and go talk to them and get their opinion on that.
Have you talked to the Public Works Director, Daniel?
No.
Well, he's a maintenance guy.
Mike's guy, he does electrical stuff.
Oh, okay.
You'd have to have a licensed electrician to do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, well, obviously, I'm not sure if I'm a plumber, so.
Yeah, well, that, I mean, it's pretty much up to the court to decide if all this sounds good to them about making these changes and things.
I think it sounds great. My only question would be, so if you remodel that, I assume you're probably gonna do away with some of the equipment that's already in the concession stand?
Well, we own the equipment that's there.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay, so
All-
that furthermore answers my question.
Crappy refrigerators that really work, so.
Now, when you all are not in session and others utilize it, are they utilizing your stuff, I guess?
Nobody utilizes the concession area. The only other person at the park would be softball, and she doesn't want to deal with the problems that it could cause.
Well, now, down the road, what if they want to?
And that's, then we work out a deal with them. Obviously, our food and snacks and stuff are stored in there, but if, we usually open it for them.
Okay.
So we're only there together. When softball's playing, we're playing. So usually when we're open, it's for both, softball and soccer. Matter of fact, we probably make more money off the softball folks than we do the soccer folks, so.
And I'm trusting that the work that we have done at that park has really helped the parking
Oh, absolutely.
and so forth.
Yeah.
I haven't really heard many complaints this year with pretty much any of the ball fields, as a whole. So, I feel like we've made some improvements that
Oh, definitely.
cut all that out. What about your scheduling? How did it work?
Scheduling for.
Well, just enough, enough time in the day, enough days to get all your games in,
Yeah.
competing with other sports.
Obviously, fall's a little bit different than spring. Spring brings forth a lot of challenges with the park flooding, but, we had really good turnout this fall, so.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, if court, just general consent, if you're good with letting the soccer make their upgrades in conjunction with our parks director, and our maintenance fella that Jim mentioned, Daniel Cole, which Brian and Daniel are together
Yeah.
a lot of times during the day anyhow.
Awesome. So we'll just get with Brian, if y'all are okay, we'll get with Brian, anything with electrical and plumbing.
I'll make a motion that we approve the upgrades to the Waterford Park by the Soccer Association in conjunction with our parks and maintenance directors.
Second.
All right, motion. I'm sorry.
Two things that you need to make sure are part of your motion, Judge. One is that they comply with Kentucky Big Law whenever they put the post in for the fence. Additionally, you would want them to indemnify and hold the court harmless from anybody being injured on the fence, if they were injured on the fence, running into it, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you picked up on those?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, and I'd like to, and if my seconder will agree, we'll just add to the motion, to add the language that Cheryl mentioned about calling Bud before you dig, and that you would hold the county employees harmless.
Not just county employees, but county harmless.
County and whole harmless when you're doing your work. So we'll add that to the motion. Seconder agrees? All right.
If you get contractors out there to do work, make sure they have a Spencer County business license before they start working there.
Okay, sure will.
And I'll remind Brian and Daniel about that also.
I think the fence contractor already does, but I think everybody else, we're gonna try to pull local anyway.
Okay.
Try to keep it cheaper.
All right, well, that's good. So Mike seconded my motion, so any other discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Thank you so much, that's nice, that's good news, we like to hear. On communications from Judge Executive, I have page 27 and 28, Chris and Lynn, our fee offices. We gotta, get your budget approved by January, so it's a good time to get those going. You might already be working on them, so we have that, just wanted to mention that. Next on our agenda, we have some joint resolutions. There's actually 3 of them. They start on page 29, and we need to do them one at a time.
You know what Catherine does? Can you do that?
I can. Catherine, come ahead. We'll let you do your presentation
Oh,
before we do that.
If you'd like, I can answer any questions about the resolutions.
All right, well, you may hang around after you get done, and then we'll do that to you.
Okay,
So go ahead.
we'll start then. Okay, wonderful. All right, well, I'm Catherine Scott, I'm the Tourism Director. Good evening, Judge Travis, Madam Clerk, esteemed magistrates of Fiscal Court, and county attorneys. It's a true pleasure to be with you tonight, and I'm especially excited to introduce the Spencer County Laureate Honors Program, a new initiative created by Taylorsville Spencer County Tourism to celebrate individuals whose creative work has made a lasting impact on our community. Laureate honors are historically awarded to those who exemplify artistic excellence, cultural stewardship, and community inspiration. These are people whose talents and dedication help inspire who we are and who we aspire to be. Tonight, I'm proud to announce our 3 inaugural honorees: Laura Mentor, a stained glass artist whose whimsical, community-rooted designs light up libraries and churches across the Commonwealth, and her work is in the Spencer County Library. Matthew Hagan is a photographer whose serene and soulful images of rural Kentucky have touched nature lovers far beyond our borders, and he has agreed to let us use his beautiful photography of Spencer County for tourism's marketing of the county. Medina Dean, who was able to join us in person this evening, is a gifted writer and historian whose storytelling brings Spencer County and Kentucky's past to life with clarity and heart. These honorees represent the heart of Spencer County's creative spirit. Their work reminds us that art and culture are not luxuries. They are essential threads in the daily fabric of our community. And these honorees set a high bar for future recipients of this honor. We deeply appreciate their work and their celebration of our community. We are also grateful for this community support in launching this initiative, and we look forward to the county's partnership as we expand the program. With your help, the Laureate Honors can become a vibrant and interactive program and a lasting source of pride and inspiration for our children and developing artists. Thank you for your time and your commitment to the cultural vitality of Spencer County. And we have Ms. Medina Dean here this evening, and I would like to present her with a certificate and ask you all to come and take a photo with her if you would like to. I'll have my husband take a picture, if that's all right. Come on up. Ms. Medina, congratulations. I'm so proud to honor you with this. So if I can have you come and stand. How about right here in front of the podium? Okay. And all you tall gentlemen gather around. Thank you. All right. Here, let's scoot in like we like each other. Like we like to do this. Good? All right, here we are. Can we get us all in here?
All right, gentlemen, there we go, big smiles. All right, one more. There you are.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Please join me in celebrating. I would like to invite anybody whose business is concluded here to come across the street and have a little punch and cookies with us in Medina's honor.
Yeah, over at the chamber?
At the chamber, yes.
In your office?
In my office,
Well,
yes.
while you're here, can you talk about the other night when we met as a group? I know Terry was there.
Yes?
Go ahead. You can describe it probably better than I can.
All right, well, it was fantastic, right?
Had a meeting at the library, guys.
We did. We had a community meeting. All of you were invited, and I was very happy to see Jim Travis there as well as Scott. We had Lynn there as well, and a wide variety of community leaders, business owners, educators. It was a very diverse population, cross-section of the county, and a lot of just dreaming out loud about where the people of this county want to take, where do they want to see growth, where do they feel like there are services needed, things like that. It was very inspiring, incredibly positive, and it was lovely to see everybody working together so well. I did send out just a wrap up after that with a huge list of topics that were covered, asking people to vote and bring it down to 5 really important topics for us to focus on. This was part of the Community Vision Planning Committee that it's a committee of tourism, but Scott's involved with it, Karen Spencer's involved, and we've had some guidance from Don Parkinson, the former Secretary of the Cabinet for Heritage and Tourism for the state. So he's kind of guiding us on how we can start approaching Frankfurt for financial help to do some really large projects. Some of which you guys are already doing, but we want to help too. We want to get in there too.
And then when Catherine mentioned the group, I mean it's not. I think you kind of had an invitation on Facebook for the. I don't know how far did that reach out?
It was a public invitation.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and so basically we were trying to invite the entire community that has interest in seeing where we could or should go
Mm-hmm.
in the future. And we plan on meeting again,
Mm-hmm.
and Catherine with tourism will have an invitation out again. And I know that it's pretty broad when we invite the whole community, but we'll see how it goes as we go forward. But we do want to invite local folks to, when I mean local, city and county folks that has interest in where they would like to see Spencer County go. And as we move forward, and again, we're trying to narrow down and then hit up our legislatures to try to get some money to get some things going. And we're getting ready to act on 3 of those here just in a minute.
Yes, sir, we are.
So,
Yeah,
All right.
I think we had 40 people at that meeting, 42 or something like that.
yeah.
It was a tremendous turnout. And
Yeah.
one interesting point is we had a new person in town, happens to be our new herald, what do you call it? David, huh?
Who?
Of the new
Yeah. Dave Bollinger.
Yeah, the new
David Bollinger, yes. Works director.
Public
The
Works.
city's works
Right.
director, yes.
city works director. And he commented at the end that he cannot believe how much energy he got from a group of people in a small town. He's been in many towns where he's worked, and commented how exciting it was, that the enthusiasm that was there, and it was a very good time.
It was pretty thrilling, for sure.
I mean, what we were focusing on was, and Catherine had it all laid out, that people were divided in different groups, and they changed one time, but, we were looking at, and when I say we, who was there? Of course, tourism, Main Street, the city, the county, the school, who else? Who had
the Stidger Foundation, the Historic and Genealogy
Yeah,
Society,
the America 250 folks.
Extension Office.
Yeah,
It
Extension
it went on and on.
Yeah, so, but that's basically who was there, and everyone brought something to the table. We were talking about, we even got on the subject of, and I brought up about our opioid funds, a different way, you know, a couple folks there was talking about needs that, you know, we have people in need, and we were discussing that, and then we're discussing kayaks. I mean, it's just everything that you could imagine.
It's
how
pretty
we can-
thorough.
How we can benefit the community. So, that's, and I thank you for giving that explanation of that meeting, and we plan to have another one probably in December.
I believe that we're aiming for another large public one for January, late January,
Okay.
early February, but we definitely will be meeting before that because we need to plan our trip to Frankfurt to speak with our legislators.
Okay, all right. Anyone have any questions for Catherine or tourism? All right, well, thank you very much. Thanks for the presentation.
Thank you very much. Do you need me to stick around for the resolutions?
If you don't mind, in
No, I
case you
don't
have
mind a
questions
bit.
about it.
Thank you so much.
You can have a seat if you like.
Appreciate that.
Just like
Thank you.
there. But no, we have 3 resolutions, and the city has actually passed all 3 of them. And we did give them to Corey's office, to look through and make any necessary changes that he thought was needed. And we'll do these one at a time. Now, what these are, all they are, is a resolution requesting that Representative Tipton ask in Frankfurt, when they go into session, the state legislature, to consider us with some budget funding. Is basically what they all are about. The first one, and we need to vote on these one by one, is a resolution between the city of Taylorsville and the county of Spencer in support of the Taylorsville Main Street organization and its ongoing efforts towards the revitalization and beautification of the historic Main Street corner in Taylorsville, Spencer County, Kentucky. And just hitting the high spots, the first paragraph mentions that, whereas the second paragraph here, phases 1 through 4 have been successfully done to enhance safety, visual appeal, economic vitality, downtown area, and whereas phase 5 of the Main Street beautification project includes utility infrastructure, safety improvements on Main Street from Washington Street to Kentucky 44, and then where it says that, you know, therefore be it resolved. So basically asking about that. I know Terry Vaughn is in the back with Main Street, and it's basically taking a lot of the work that you've done here and taking it out that way. I think it includes putting lights on the bridges.
Lights on the bridges on Shears Creek 44. Also includes safety, it's PPG traffic solutions. So it makes this intersection here look like it's raised rubber type thing that gets glued onto the blacktop. It makes it like a solid walkway. Nobody sees the white lines.
It's a safer crosswalk at the square.
Yeah, at the square, correct.
So but basically, we're just requesting that Representative Tipton, the state representative from District 53, and all other appropriate legislative representatives, that we are asking them to consider assisting us in the upcoming fiscal cycle.
Motion to approve.
Second. All right, we have a motion by Will, second by Dan, to approve the joint resolution between us and the city of Taylorsville in support of the Taylorsville Main Street organization and its efforts to beautify and revitalize the Main Street corridor in Taylorsville. Any other discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. The second resolution, basically between us and the city of Taylorsville, is for the Felix Grundy Stidger cabin. And if you all have noticed, they have already started work on getting the foundation done. And I don't know if they poured the floor today or not. I know they had the footers poured. And the rain may be messing them up tomorrow, depends on when it rains. But nonetheless, this is a joint resolution between the city of Taylorsville and the county of Spencer requesting funding from the Commonwealth of Kentucky for the reconstruction of the historic Felix Grundy Stidger cabin. Whereas basically the city of Taylorsville, what I just said there, and then number 2, Felix Grundy Stidger, a native of Spencer County, served as a Union spy during the American Civil War, played a critical role in dismantling the Confederate Order of the Sons of Liberty. Whereas the original Stidger cabin located in Taylorsville represents a significant piece of national, regional, and local history, serves as a symbol of Kentucky's contribution to the preservation of the Union, and the cabin has deteriorated and requires reconstruction for its integrity and educational cultural resource for residents. Whereas the city of Taylorsville, the county of Spencer, and the Historic Foundation of Felix Grundy Stidger, they committed a collaborative effort to restore the cabin, promote historical tourism in the region. The reconstruction of this cabin will support local economic development, enhance heritage tourism, promote educational opportunities for schools and communities. And then basically now therefore be it resolved, the city of Taylorsville, the county of Spencer, fully support the Felix Grundy Stidger Historic Preservation Foundation in its efforts to obtain critical funding from the Commonwealth of Kentucky for the restoration of the Felix Grundy Stidger cabin located in Taylorsville, Kentucky. Basically, we'll be asking Representative Tipton to go to bat for us again on this.
Motion to approve.
Second. All right, have a motion by Zach, seconded by Mike, to approve the resolution in support of, with the city of Taylorsville and the Felix Grundy Stidger cabin and seeking funding resources through the Commonwealth of Kentucky through the budget process. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Now, we had a groundbreaking over there on this one a couple, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, and Senator Higdon was there in attendance. And, you know, the Felix Grundy Stidger cabin 501c3 already has, and I think I got that right, Terry, being one. That's correct, isn't it, Catherine, they're 501c3?
They are, and we have Jean Halter here, who is the president also, just
Sorry.
in case you need any more, like, particular
Yeah.
details.
Sorry, that is correct. Yeah, Gene is the president, I knew that. And, we were there when we had that groundbreaking and talked to Senator Higdon about it. And they have their own money. They've been working on this. Arnie Mueller was here, and his health required that he went back to Minnesota? Wisconsin, up north. And but the effort is still here, and I know they have raised enough to do this foundation. So they already have skin in this game, so we're hopeful that this could be successful also, you know, as we go along. So, any other comments on that one? All right, we did vote, because I didn't forget to vote, right? All right, the next one is a joint resolution, the city of Taylorsville, the county of Spencer, in support of the Taylorsville Main Street Organization, the Taylorsville Spencer County Recreation, Tourist, and Convention Commission, in their efforts to seek funding for the creation of a local small business incentive, incubation, and growth program. Now, basically what this is, and there are several agencies in Frankfort that have funding that could be utilized, but you have to ask for it. And a lot of times money goes unused because there wasn't an ask. So to kind of sum what this is up, and if you look down at the bottom there on page 33, it would be a fund put together and overseen by the groups here that was mentioned. And then if someone wanted to come to town and start a business and they qualified, they could get $3,000 equipment grants out of this. Of course, it says available for newly established retail and or restaurant businesses to support the purchase of essential equipment. They have startup grants. And then, of course, it has some rules here on the back. You know, this might be, that's not a lot of money. We're all in business. Those of us that are in business knows, but a lot of times, if you're just a little shy, that a lot of times it does help put you over the edge. So, but basically this is getting some monies to establish a fund to help incubate investments. So whereas the city of Taylorsville, county of Spencer, Taylorsville Main Street Organization, Taylorsville Spencer County Recreation, Tourism, Commission recognized, and that is your group, right, Catherine?
That's tourism, yes.
Yeah, that's what it's actually officially called. So the Main Street and Tourism will be taking care of this. The vital role that small business plays in economic development, cultural vibrancy, and community identity, City of Taylorsville and the County of Spencer, whereas the establishment of the growth of new restaurants and retail businesses are essential to the vitalization of Main Street and the broader local economy, whereas the City of Taylorsville, County of Spencer, those two groups, recognize the importance of continued investment in economic revitalization of Spencer County and Taylorsville Historic Main Street, whereas the proposed small business incentive incubation and growth program would provide, and it says what it provides there. And then on the next page, which I already read what it provided there, recoup clause would be in it, the long-term vision of small business incubation, retail location offering subsidized rental space. So it's a lot of things to promote it. Now, Catherine, and this would be countywide, not just Taylorsville,
That's right.
correct? Okay.
That's right. That's why tourism and Main Street would want to partner, because with tourism being county focused as well, we thought that would balance balance it out.
All right, thank you for that. So now therefore be it resolved, the City of Taylorsville, the County of Spencer, in conjunction with Main Street and Tourism, do hereby request funding from the state legislature to launch and sustain this program with the goal of fostering entrepreneurship, increasing local employment, and enhancing the commercial landscape of Taylorsville and Spencer County. Be it therefore resolved that the entity shall work collaboratively to administer the program, monitor its outcomes, and report annually on its impact to the state legislature and other relevant stakeholders. And again, we'll be asking Representative Tipton and the legislator to, in the request of this supporting funding through the state upcoming fiscal cycle. So,
Motion to approve.
all right. Second. Motion by Zach, second by Jim, to approve the resolution between the City of Taylorsville, the County of Spencer, the Main Street Committee, and the Tourism Organization on an incubation and incentive growth program for Taylorsville and Spencer County. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Scott, I'd just like to add, one of the things we found out going through this exercise, because Vicki Yates, who was a secretary, obviously, at the state Secretary of Health, with Don Parkinson, she said there's a person by the name of Larry Horn, and he's actually responsible for multiple counties, including Spencer County. And basically, he's been looking for who to engage. He's gonna meet with Scott and Karen. So we've already got a contact to begin this process.
So, well, yeah, we may be pursuing it. Of course, we're waiting for funding here.
Yes.
And then just trying to put options together. So, all right, anyone have any comments on this resolution? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. So we have all three of the resolutions done, and Lynn, you and myself will have to sign, even though these in the book don't have a line for us. But we'll get those signed, and need to get them sent on to Representative Tipton.
Scott, do you want us to type out new ones for the city to sign, or do you just want?
I would rather
have it
add,
typed up?
because I'm not sure when they're meeting again, the city.
So you would rather just add to what they've got to sign?
I think that would be the quickest, because Representative Tipton needs them, ASAP.
I just add language saying,
Okay.
they passed it, girls, regular meeting for you and them to sign off.
Okay, all right, and then if James Allen says we need different, then
If you
we'll
need
do it
it
different.
formally typed up, then you're gonna have to have the city re-sign.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right, that takes care of that, and I'll sign these, Lynn, and pass them your way. Next on the agenda is Julie Sweezy.
Okay, we've got 4 first readings tonight. So the first I have is the application of Norman Harden requesting Ag 1 agricultural to B2 General Commercial District. Tract A consisting of 1.001 acres. Tract B consisting of 1.381 acres located on the corners of Hochstrasser Road and 6176 Taylorsville Road. Commissioner Hunt made a motion to recommend to deny the application of Norman Harden requesting zone change from Ag 1 agricultural to B2 General Commercial District on Tract A consisting of 1.001 acres and Tract B consisting of 1.381 acres located on the corner of Hochstrasser Road and 6176 Taylorsville Road. The recommended land use in the comprehensive plan recommends mixed use, and the change would be in compliance with the comprehensive plan. However, based upon the following findings of fact to support denying the application, the applicant has refused to accept the offer of R1 zoning to bring the property into compliance. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet requested specific information to be able to advise us on whether a commercial entrance would even be allowed. At this point, we would suggest that Mr. Harden wants to come back again before the board with specific types of business ideas, information that we could take to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet and get the ruling of what would be possible with that property. We would be happy to look at that matter again. If he chooses to come back on these two tracks with any type of application again, that he would be allowed to do that at either a reduced rate or with the payment fee taking care of the application in the future as well as for this one time. Commissioner Osborne seconded that motion after a roll call vote. Motion carried with Commissioner Harden voting against it. So that's the first one. Next, I have the application of Vicky Smitha requesting Ag 1 agricultural to R1 residential on 1.611 acres located at 805 Smitha Road. Commissioner Stevens made a motion to recommend to rezone the application of Vicky Smitha requesting zone change from Ag 1 agricultural to R1 residential on 1.611 acre tract of land located at 805 Smitha Road. The recommended land use map in the comprehensive plan recommends low density residential. The change would be in compliance with the comprehensive plan, and there was no one there to speak against it. Commissioner Green will second that motion. After a roll call vote, motion carried. Next, we have the application of Paul White requesting Ag 1 agricultural to Ag 2 agricultural on Tract 1 consisting of 8.12 acres and Tract 2 consisting of 7.25 acres located at 2359 Beach Creek Road. Chairman Greenwell, that shouldn't say chairman, it should say commissioner, sorry. Greenwell made the motion to recommend to rezone the application of Paul White requesting zone change from Ag 1 agricultural to Ag 2 agricultural on Tract 1 consisting of 8.12 acres and Tract 2 consisting of 7.25 acres located at 2359 Beach Creek Road. The recommended land use map in the comprehensive plan recommends low density residential. The change would be in compliance with the comprehensive plan, and there was no one there to speak against it. Commissioner Harden seconded that motion. After a roll call vote, motion carried. And last, we have the application of Robert Willett and Ashley Stone requesting Ag 2 agricultural to R1 residential on Tract 1 consisting of 4.50 acres, Ag 2 agricultural to R1 residential on 2.31 acres of Tract 2 located at 1815 Hochstrasser Road. Commissioner Osborne made the motion to recommend to rezone the application of Robert Willett and Ashley Stone requesting zone change from Ag 2 agricultural to R1 residential on Tract 1 consisting of 4.50 acres and 2.31 acres of Tract 2 located at 1815 Hochstrasser Road. The recommended land use map in the comprehensive plan recommends medium density residential. The change would be in compliance with the comprehensive plan, and no one was there to speak against it. Commissioner Stevens seconded that motion. After a roll call vote, motion carries. So that is the four first readings that I have. A little report that got the zoning car back. Daniel picked it up and it's running wonderfully now that we finally figured out what was wrong. So, but I think that's all I've got.
What was wrong with it?
You would ask me.
Okay.
I've got pork converter in the brain, but I'm not sure.
Broke? It was broke?
It was broke. All right, thank you all.
All right, and those were all first
We
readings.
get to address that.
Well, those were all first readings, and we'll have second readings at the next meeting. And that's when we will discuss and vote at the next meeting, not this meeting. That was just the first reading.
There's some things about this y'all need to know before you vote.
We'll be voting at the next meeting in 2 weeks, the morning meeting, first Monday of December, December 1st.
You haven't known to pass them on first reading.
No,
Never?
we're not,
Never?
Never.
Never.
tonight, those are just first readings, and we'll be voting at the second readings. So at the next meeting.
Okay, now, I have a letter written to present to the court.
Well,
Am I not allowed to do that?
not since your phone went off like that. I'm kidding,
Not allowed to do
I'm
it.
kidding about your phone. But, this is a first reading, and we do not need to discuss these at the first reading.
You didn't mention some of the things that you need to know.
Cheryl and Julie.
It is a first reading. If you want to have discussion at the second reading, that's when it would be appropriate.
Yeah, so, in 2 weeks, morning meeting. And if you'd like to, be on the agenda then, of course, we're gonna be considering it then, the second reading. So
How you gonna consider it when you don't know more than what you do?
well, we have a process that we need to follow, and we're gonna aim to follow the process.
It's been recommended by the zoning commission to violate his constitutional rights. To
Well,
violate his constitutional rights. And I held up my hand, right hand, and swore to God I'd die for this country to protect our constitutional rights.
yeah,
And
we can't do it tonight, Bobby, because it's
Well-
first reading.
anybody that wants a copy of my letter, I'll be glad to give it to them.
All right, that'll be good, and, you can leave it in the office. if
I'll give it
you'd
to you
like.
all tonight.
Okay.
Anybody that wants it.
If you got it,
I'll take one, because it's in my district.
You want me, I'll wait till you all get through. Go ahead.
all right, thank you. All right, next we have the sanitation board minutes, it's in our book. We did get a payment back from them the other day, I think, 5,000.
There
Doug,
you go, Jim.
I was gonna ask that, now how much they still owe us?
I knew that question was asked, I told Doug to have that number.
I'm thinking it's $20,000.
I thought it was 25, and then they gave us 5.
So that'd be right.
That's what I think it is, and I think I told Scott I'd look it up, and between the health insurance sign-ups and different things going on, I forgot that.
At least they paid some of it.
Yeah. And they're,
It's okay.
it's coming around, so forth, and, so, anyway, all right. Next, we have EMS, Robert, would you like to come up? We've got, good news and bad news, I guess. We got one of them fixed, cheap.
Yeah, we got Med4 back, and
That's the one with the death problem,
it ended up being like $4,100.
which included tires.
It included tires also.
Is that including didn't we pay it first, and then we paid, and then it still wasn't fixed?
No, we never paid. I mean,
Well,
we
no,
didn't get far enough away for a bill to come, and went back, and that
That was
was,
the total
The
was
total
4,100 for tires.
yeah, $4,100.
And tell him,
You good, happy about that, Robert?
oh, we're tickled.
I am happy.
And what did the driver say when he drove it back?
Felt like it drove better than it did for a long time, so.
So that one's good. Now, here's the bad news on the next one.
Med2 has its,
Hold on a second. Before we move away from this one, I was just a little concerned, and I'm just gonna relay it to you, you can relay it to your people. I was concerned that it went in the shop and the tires were already down the cords. They'd do a little bit better pre-tripping, I think.
which one?
Is it that one we're talking about here?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, the next one here says it's already down to the cords.
Those tires that were put on that truck are only like 4 or 5 months old. And it went for an alignment job,
Mhm.
and then,
Yes, that's the,
Yeah.
that's the,
That's the
one
other-
still
okay.
broke, yeah.
yeah.
Not the fixed one, the broke
And
one.
during truck checks, they found the inners of the tires were warped down the middle. Took it back over to O'Brien because evidently they didn't do the proper alignment on it. And so we're kind of fighting with them over paying for the tires that,
Well, they ought to.
yeah, they ought to.
I'm with you on that. Anyways, go ahead. I mean,
We're still fighting over that, but that truck, while it was over there, had that issue addressed. We had them look at an oil leak that we've had on that truck, and 2 different estimates there to fix that oil leak.
And one to fix the oil leaks, which is on the handwritten page, is the lesser expensive, 554619, and the other one was 57 something, 5727 at a different place. So, what y'all's,
What's the first one, O'Brien?
O'Brien's the first one, and
Shelby Diesel?
yeah, personally, I would prefer taking it to Shelby Diesel. Their estimate seems a lot more thorough, and
But they're not the one that, we're gonna fight over the tires.
that's right also.
But that does include tires also. in that
No.
55.
The tire issue's done, we're just fighting over,
Okay, you got line 1, line 2.
just pay attention to line 2. And that's the total for line 2, was what I wrote on there.
So the Shelby Diesel's 572769 to fix the oil leaks, and oil leaks only. And then the 50-some hundred O'Brien is the same.
Fix the oil leak.
5546.
Yeah.
What y'all's thought about, would it be better to have it at O'Brien because that's where we have the tire issue?
Yeah.
Or take it up separate down the road after
You
you
can
fix
tell
the
them
oil
they can
leaks?
fix the tires right, that was their mistake, or,
Yeah.
you know, if they want the rest of the business.
We'll probably have to get Corey and Cheryl to help us on the tire deal.
So y'all bought, them tires were put on in the line 4 months ago?
How many miles are on them real quick? You have any idea, roughly?
I couldn't tell you, less than 10,000.
Oh, gosh.
Should be on there.
Yeah, it'd be on the,
I'd have to look at the actual bill from American Tire, so.
well, that,
Because American Tire put the tires on there, they aligned it, but then it had to go to O'Brien because there was a tire rod broke on it. So they had to replace a tire rod on it, and when they replaced the tire rod on it, they did another alignment.
It should have done another one,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's what happened to the tires.
well, this, it says service history, 9/15/25, it had 209,098 miles, and they did a full wheel alignment at that time.
I wonder if that's when the tires were purchased. Oh, that's probably when they did the alignment when the tires were purchased.
I mean, just me and just lack of, just talking from the gut, it seems like it'd be better to fix the tires so they can fix the tires.
The tire issue's fixed, it's done.
Oh, this one, we done fixed the tires, but we're fighting over the price.
Yeah, paying the bill. That issue's done. Well, not done, but it's fixed. We're just concentrating just on
That's
this.
what I say.
On our end, it ain't done.
Yeah, the oil issue.
Well, being the tires are on, that's why I said, you could tell them, you said, look, you could make it right on the tires, or, you know, we'll take our business with our other $5,000 somewhere else.
Yeah, well, it's a matter of whatever the court decides you wanna do, which way you wanna go. Cheryl, what do you recommend?
I need to see the paperwork on the tires, you know, what the warranty is, and the diagnosis of what caused the failure, and I don't think you can make a snap decision on it.
Yeah.
What's the other one on Bachman Chevrolet?
Yeah, that was the one they done fixed. That's the one that was the good news one.
That was just definitely, thought it was gonna cost 22,000, we was gonna buy the ambulance.
Can we, so basically O'Brien is 55 and Shelby is
5727.
I'm kinda with Mike, if we say, hey, if you'll take care of the tires, then we might do
Well,
business with you.
Well, I'm fine with that too, but the thing about it, we got to think about too, is we'll be dicking around with the ambulance being down.
Yeah.
And do we get real $200?
No,
Or is it just got an oil leak?
It just has a pretty significant oil leak. We're really mindful about checking it, you know, several times during the day, but
Yeah, we don't need to be,
That turned into a motor.
I'll turn into a motor fast. So, I'll make a motion to go with Shelby Diesel.
Second.
2769.
Wait a minute.
all right, well, we have a motion and a second. A motion by Zach, seconded by Mike to go with the Shelby diesel for 572769. Now discussion.
Okay, why are we going with the higher one than the two?
Because O'Brien screws on some tires, we've been fighting to get that fixed up, and if they're gonna treat us that way, we're gonna do good business.
I mean, I think we've been pretty
Trying
good.
to make a point and then save the money's two different things. Principal thing, here we're what, $200, $300 difference,
That's the,
doing it over principal.
It included Bachman and Bill also.
oh, we got both.
You don't need to vote on that too.
I mean, looking at both estimates, I feel like the Shelby diesel estimate's a lot more thorough. I kind of feel like we're gonna go to O'Brien to have him fix this, and we're gonna end up paying more than what is on that estimate.
You speculate.
Okay, I speculate, because it's not a very thorough.
Well, O'Brien, if you look at them, they have oil pan leaking, valve cover leaking, and that's it. If you look at Shelby diesel, they have the oil cooler, the valve cover, the oil pan, O-rings. They're basically regassing the motor almost. Yeah, they have more, they're doing more stuff for the $190 more.
Yeah.
So we get a lot more preventative maintenance done.
Yeah.
Like O'Brien is just doing valve cover, oil pan, where Shelby diesel is doing multiple others.
Yeah. I agree. It seems like we're getting more,
You're getting a drain plug gasket, oil cooler gasket,
yeah.
oil pan.
Yeah, we're getting more repairs for not a lot of significant money. So, all right, everyone good with discussing and voting on this one? All right, all those in favor of the ambulance going to Shelby Diesel for 572769, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion to approve the Bachman bill, fixing, what number is it? Mid four, for $4,087.03.
Second.
Motion by myself, second by Dan to fix Med 4, pay the bill at Bachman for $4,087.03. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Personnel update, Robert?
2 meetings ago, we hired a Deanna Miller full-time for the 12-hour unit. Guess during her ride time, she realized that it wasn't for her and she had a change of heart, so she resigned. So luckily, somebody we hired part-time last meeting has decided they want the full-time job, so Hank hired James Boat full-time to the 12-hour unit at, I think it's $19.20 an hour.
Motion to accept the resignation and move James Bob from part-time to full-time at a rate of $19.12 an hour.
Second. All right, we have a motion to make the recommendations of accepting the resignation of Ms. Deanna Miller, and then also to change James Bolt from part-time to full-time. And these are already folks in-house, so, all right, to make those changes. Motion in a second. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Robert.
That's all I got.
All right, none under old business, farmer's market report. I passed out a draw that we got Friday after the packets come out, and Lynn, you should have a copy. We set it going around to put into the minutes. If you look on page 2, where it says this invoice, you can see the majority of it was the important place in soil. That was a lion's share of it, and then you can see again where it says this invoice.
Where does it say on here for this draw how much money? So you just said important fill, there's.
Yep, sorry, there was $250
Allocated.
allocated. This invoice was $100.
Okay. They got 150 to go.
Yeah, well, yeah, total completed to date, they actually 150, because they've already taken 50. So they've only got 100 balance to finish.
You might get away from me. I want you to have one.
So, So anyway, we have this bill that we need to pay.
So how much is this bill?
156, 680 and 62 cents.
Okay.
And, you know, this is not a change order, this is, in our original agreement. This
Make a
payment.
motion to approve the payment of 156,680.62 to Elder Construction.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, motion by Jim, second by Dan, to make a payment to Elder Construction of $156,680.62. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Next on the agenda.
Oh, I got one more thing about the pavilion.
Yes.
I talked with David Elder today and asked him if it would be possible for him to put a sign up out there by the road. And he said he would look into putting like a 4x8 sign on post with a rendering of what the building's gonna look like. And of course, his name and Switch County Police Report, blah, blah, blah. He said he would see if I take care of that for us.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people have figured out what it is, but a lot of people still don't know. I was looking for documentation in here about moving the one vehicle. And I don't have it in here, but, or I didn't see it in here. Did y'all see it on your? Nothing there? All right, basically, Chris and them had a truck that was extra, and I think we had discussed about recycling, getting it, but we haven't officially went through the documentation of voting and so forth. So it's one of the Dodge, see Terry, one of the Dodge four-door trucks. It's just like the one Brian drives, some I guess. But, so it's extra at the sheriff's department, and,
This one ain't broke too, is it, Chris?
It's rough. It was a transport truck. It had 240,000 miles on it, rusting out, but, I mean, it's still drivable.
I mean, it ain't a pretty good looking truck, actually. I thought it looked pretty good.
Well, no, there's another one over there that Richard had that looks identical to it. It's in a lot better shape than the one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But basically, to keep our record straight, we need to take it out of the sheriff's line and put it into recycling. And the reason that I picked the recycling line is, that white truck and that red truck, you know, the red truck especially, William loves it, but it's got a lot of miles on it, and that way when one of those lay down, we'll have this one ready. So,
Did he say this one?
let's see, anyone has the best. How much?
Did he say this one had 240,000 miles on it?
The red one does too. Something like that. I mean, if you take it and sell it, I don't know what it would bring, if we tried to sell it, but this way, this way, my opinion is, when one quits at the recycling center, then we'll have one ready to go right back to work.
We're going to recycle the other one.
I guess we'll wait till then. But,
Need a motion?
yes. to
Motion to
transfer the
approve
truck.
transferring the truck from the sheriff's department to recycling.
Second.
All right, I have a motion by Will, seconded by Zach, to approve the transferring the truck from, sheriff, the jail transport to the recycling department. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. I don't have executive session tonight. We have the invoices, bills, and transfers.
Before we
Any
get into
questions?
Get into that, I just got something I want to bring to the court real quick. So I've gotten a lot of complaints down on Goose Creek about some dead trees that are hanging over, and I've been down there several spots down through there. With the pretty weather last week, I meant to get something and have it ready for Jill and get it up, but I wasn't able to because I was busy. But anyway, just wanted to touch base with you all and see if you're okay if I went and got some quotes put together to present to get those took care of.
Say on Goose Creek?
On Goose Creek.
Okay. I don't see a problem with that.
Just wanted to make sure before I did it. That's all I got.
All right. Anyone have any questions about the invoices, bills, or transfers?
Well, I saw something on here that, about the 911 billing, and just got, I want to ask Chris, what's going on with like 911 going down?
Yeah.
So it's a statewide outage that KSP is experiencing with their phone provider.
Have you got any more information on it? 'Cause
It's
been
happening throughout the state, they have no idea what's happening.
Well, we had 2 days, this month?
Yeah.
We've had 2 days in the last
And-
2 weeks.
And those 2 days were, it was also going down across the entire state.
Yep.
Along with ours.
Yeah, it's not just local, it's not just our post, it's the entire state, and they're working, trying to figure it out, but they've not given us any update on what the solution is, so.
But right now, the only protocol is if it goes down, call the non-emergency number, and it still rings up there, I guess?
Well, they have,
The lines go down, they immediately start trying to transfer those lines, so they go to different dispatch centers that are operational.
Right?
And while that's taking place, because it's not just flipping the switch, it takes a bit. You know, we post the administrative lines, and then, you know, people can call the administrative lines, they go right to the dispatch center.
Yeah, because I saw your post, I knew you had an alternate phone number or something you
Use
posted.
those lines until, you know, we get notification that either the lines have been transferred completely or it's back up.
But it's only affecting KSP, right?
The KSP post, yes. Louisville Metro's lines went down last week sometime too, so that they have no idea what's,
Okay.
AT&T's working on it, so.
That 911 billing though, that's on the bills there is for ambulance receipts.
Yeah, that's our billing company.
Well, it jogged my memory to ask about the other guys.
Yeah, make sure
lines
that
on down.
you knew that wasn't what we were paying for 911.
Well, I know we still pay a considerable amount for dispatch service, I mean, what?
38,000, I think, was that, what it went down to?
That we pay the state police.
Yeah.
It used to be way higher than that,
Yeah,
didn't it?
it's come down quite a bit.
I can't, I mean, we send them a check
Yeah.
maybe every quarter.
I'm trying to remember what it was when we had that meeting over there, I can't remember, I thought it was 38, 48, something like that.
I don't think it's that high, but I could be wrong. I don't exactly remember.
We budgeted 60,000, we spent 46,000. Or no, we've spent 13,000 so far this year.
But we budgeted 60, you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
So maybe it is that high.
I thought it was, I can't remember the exact number.
Well, it's 60 is for the year though, fiscal year.
For the whole year.
60's for the year, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been 13 so far, so
Yeah.
we're on par.
They usually bill us quarterly, so, and sometimes the state waits and bills us like 6 months at a time, it seems like.
So it must be about 13 a quarter.
Yeah.
So,
Elk Creek Animal Hospital,
Yes.
that's for a monthly assistant, Bruce, this was that, what,
Okay.
$7,000
I had a,
They ain't even a month yet.
that's,
Comment about that too.
okay, that is more than just a month.
Okay.
They had bills that they hadn't presented, but even in the meantime, I had a good visit with Victoria and Bailey over at the shelter, talking about expenses that we have and different things, and we are in negotiations, trying to get to, you know, trying to save money. Every time an animal goes to the vet, we've been getting charged for like an examination and like a flat fee. And the cat or dog don't need an examination, it just needs a rabies shot. We have to give them rabies shots, that's by law. And a vet has to give a rabies shot, not us. So they go to the vet, they get the rabies shot, we pay for that, and then we also pay for an exam. So they were in negotiations with Elk Creek about, can we do groups, can we cut it out, that kind of thing, because I basically told Victoria and Bailey that we have got to get these costs under control, because Doug has the budget numbers, and he can tell you that we've used, just read us the numbers, what we have budgeted and how much we have left.
Can we not get back together there and do a shot?
We budgeted already.
Yeah.
Well, we've had the same conversation and.
We've had it more than once. Yes. Go ahead, Dan.
So, I noticed on here, probably at least a third of these are cats.
Yes.
More than that.
Yeah. So, the Humane Society has offered to take all the cats if we'll take all the dogs. And, I think that we ought to negotiate with them on what that would look like for them to take all the cats, and we take all the dogs.
Are they still open?
Yes, somewhere, but I don't know where.
They
They were right down here.
They're not anymore.
They're not anymore down there, yeah. They were, I know, I saw a post, something about them moving into a new building, so I don't know where that building is, but,
Okay. I know, in
find that building.
well, in the change,
Yeah.
you know, that is an option, but I totally agree. I think it would be wise on our part to do a deal like that. Now, the reason they couldn't take dogs here is I don't think you could have dogs penned
Yeah,
on
they
Main
couldn't have
Street.
dogs down there, but, still, because they run a lot of clinics for cats down there, so their expenses would not be as great either. So,
I got a question on a different aspect. The S&K storage bill, we got that
Yes.
impound lot, why do we have something sitting there for 8 days?
I can explain. I asked that question. If you remember when we had, when Andrew and them were chasing
So
that
was
low
from-
speed.
Yeah.
That was from a vehicle pursuit. They towed it to their lot, and it's common practice for them to send out the documentation to the owners. They thought it was on a police hold. It wasn't. It was just, we were making sure that the vehicle wasn't stolen. So it was billed to us for that. We're trying to negotiate with Skip that it's gonna get paid by the vehicle owner if they recover it, or their normal process is taking ownership of the vehicle after 45 days and then sending it to scrap to reimburse their costs for the tow.
Yeah, but if we ever own an impound lot, it's against policy, if he goes and picks it up, drops it off there, and we pay him for the haul bill,
Well,
why would that not be done?
now I asked Andrew just exactly kind of what you're saying. When they had that incident, we had officers that had to go to the hospital and get drug tested.
Yeah, I had to take the sheriff and Deputy Barry to the hospital to get a drug screen because they were involved in the collision.
So we didn't have
Somebody.
somebody there to unlock it. I mean, that's basically sums it up kind of.
Yeah, but normally,
What I gather.
if we had people,
Absolutely.
it would.
Yeah. This is a rare occasion when
I'm good with that, I just didn't know why. that
Hopefully,
happened.
at some point, we'll get the funds back for it if anybody ever picks the vehicle up. But
I wouldn't be very wishful for that.
I
I like
I
the
suppose-
enthusiasm.
how long do you have to hold it before you can sell it?
I think it's 45 days. There's a process. They've got to send, send a certified letter to the registered owner, and they've got so many days to respond. At that point, then they can take ownership of it and sell it, scrap it.
Now, do we have it now over there? Or where's the vehicle?
It should,
Is
it
that
should
already
be at, still at S&K because we had released it. Like I said, they thought it was on a police hold. So they weren't letting anybody come get it or take stuff out or anything like that. And it wasn't until,
Did anybody attempt to come get it?
Well, we'll need to check and make sure we're not gonna get another storage bill.
no, we're not. No, we're not. We've already, we ironed that out with Skip several months back, and it's just been delayed in getting sent over and get paid.
All right, well, yeah, we just trying to avoid another bill since we have our own lot. So, all right,
I've got one more question on the
Yeah,
invoices. Michael Shelburne,
yep,
we paid him almost $1,600 to do computer work and stuff. What about
In here.
everything in here that we've been 8, 9 months now?
I got the same answer for you, I'm sorry.
Well, let's start him if I can get somebody to do it. I mean, you know. He's gonna, I mean, there's a list of them that he did.
Yeah.
There's a dozen of them, and this room is not one of them. We've asked that question over and
I mean,
over.
we invested money in that equipment,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be outdated and fit for the trash by the time he gets around,
I
so.
think you ought to just put your thumb down on it and say, hey, this needs to be done, it needs to be done now.
I have, but I didn't do it with a tobacco stick.
Come on.
I have, I said, we gotta get that done, I'm getting pressure. He said, I'm gonna get to it, And I even did it, I mean, I do it from time to time, and I guarantee you we'll do it again this week, you know, after tonight, so.
Well, I'm with you, I'm sure, I mean,
Alright.
whatever you wanna do, I mean, you know, but I'm sharing my frustration about it also.
All right, point taken.
Your question on the animal control bills, we budgeted 33,000, we've spent 13,769 before today.
So we're gonna be up 20.
Yeah, and today's almost $7,000.
But again, that's not 30 days worth, that's still too much. It's several.
That's still in this fiscal year.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's been a problem with Elm Creek, they don't bill us on time, and then
I thought we got to straighten that way.
I thought we did too, there for a while.
Well, yeah.
They had a change in management.
I know she.
Bill within so many days.
It'd be like a net 30 pound deal or something.
I talked to her one day, and it sounds like she's exploring some other options too, and I told her she'd talk to the judge of the animal control committee about it, even Shelby County Humane Society, or some of them got vets. But I told her she needs to talk with y'all on this before we get into doing that, probably.
And I mean, we have already talked to other vets around us, trying to get better deals without any luck.
But, if
Well,
I just
the
have
bill-
something simple, I go to that dollar, because he's always cheap.
I talked to him one day, and he said that if we
Now,
approached
he-
him a while ago, he probably could do it, but he's so busy.
Yeah.
Which not to say he won't. but-
Well, you know,
I mean, a rabies shot takes,
before, when we had the old animal shelter over there, we didn't have cats. Now, we've got cats out the yang in our new shelter. And it's because of the director likes cats and likes to deal with cats, I believe.
Well, I had a discussion about that.
We didn't have cats before.
And my understanding, and Cheryl, I'm not picking on you because you're a lawyer, and I know you're not an expert in animal law, as none of us are, but I'm pretty certain that if there's a stray, I don't know about a cat, but a stray dog, we have to go pick it up. Now, when people surrender animals, you don't have to take them. It's kind of what I've been told, but, so.
We can do research on that and look into it, but there's also potentially, an estate that may be bequeathing money to the animal shelter, but in order to bequeath that money to the animal shelter, there's a condition that it must accept cats. You will not get that money to the animal shelter if you don't take cats. I've not seen the paperwork from the estate, I've just heard that it is out there. I don't know the amount of money, and I don't know the specific details to give you more information, other than to say that if you choose not to take cats, that you're definitely not going to get that money.
so, the TNR program, or where you catch them, you neuter them, and then you take them right back to wherever you caught them and let them go. So, to me, it would seem like if we catch a stray, all we have to do is treat them and ship them back out. So, but then you got the expense of having them
Still good.
neutered, but, still, you don't have to keep them.
I know there are some places that like do something with the ear.
Yeah, they clip, whenever they do that, they clip their ear.
They clip the ear to indicate that it's been spayed or neutered. But again, I can't speak out of turn because I don't know the details, but my understanding is that there's an estate that has a potential, bequest to Spencer County's animal shelter, so long as it takes cats.
Yeah. Well,
And so
today
we
we're
need to look
still
at that, we
taking
need to
cats.
see the will, and we need to look at the details before we can make an opinion on what you can or cannot do with respect to cats in the animal shelter.
So if they do receive money from
Something?
an estate?
They have not yet.
It's
Oh,
going, they could.
It's in a
But
state
they
that
could
is
receive.
pending. I don't even know that the estate paperwork has been filed yet. It's a fairly recent death, that involved that particular, I've been told there's a request. I've, again, not seen the will.
But, you know, right now, we're taking cats, and tomorrow we'll still accept cats. But, when I say accept, you know, my discussion was to them, we gotta get these bills down. I told them about a budget line, and I said, we cannot continue to invest, to put all this money,
Does
I gotta be cost down.
Does anybody know what Elk
Creek's
does?
costing to do like a rabies shot? What's that costing, does anybody know?
A rabies shot?
Well, we've got the paperwork.
I know,
I know,
I'm saying.
I think it's, I know it's not that much, cause I take my cat to get rabies shots every year, and it's probably, the rabies shot itself is probably $30 or something.
Well, like these felines, most of them is under $100. There's a bunch of them, $97.72. That's probably the observation, you know, looking at the exam and the rabies shot. So, I mean, if we can get that cut in half, that'd be a lot, if we just had the rabies shot.
Well, that's what I know that, and we'll confirm this too, that, like Gollum, just to get a rabies shot is cheaper than Elk Creek, because that's where I take my cat for a shot.
Well, I'm just saying.
That's where he takes his animal
We
stuff.
just find an old retired veteran to come down there and say, hey, $50 a cat.
Well,
$20
we've
a cat.
discussed taking them to the spay neuter clinics and rabies clinics and stuff in Louisville or wherever they have them, and they said they couldn't do it because the air conditioning didn't work on the truck. So we had the air conditioning fixed on the truck, and we're not taking them anywhere.
They probably don't need air conditioning, probably tell them now, or, you know, pest control director. All right, any other questions on the invoices, bills, and transfers?
Motion to pay the bills and make the transfer.
Second. All right, motion by Zach, second by Mike to pay the invoices, bills, and transfers, accept them. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second. Motion by Mike, second by Zach to adjourn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
And do you normally keep the joint resolutions on file, or does this go back? The joint resolutions, the three of them?
How are they different from
Something
the
that
old
you
ones?
need a copy of for the
They're a lot lighter.
minutes, or does it get
Yeah,
filed?
it's just a level two. Because the other ones were probably three. I don't know, those were the,
I'm not sure which
survival armor, right? The old ones. I don't know, but I know they're beefier. Yeah, no, these are just level two, so it's just pistol range. Level three, it looked like a 57, I think.